So this image will indicate the mode of action of steroid hormones. Now very well, testosterone, progestosterone, estrogen, androgen, estradiol, these are the famous steroid hormones. Yes, and some cortisol also is a steroid hormones. So those hormones are do the function this way, a similar way. How means? How means? First of all, uh, round color, block color spot is the steroid hormones. Just consider this is the white color zone is the transporter protein. Okay, so you know very well steroid hormones are soluble in water, but the steroid hormones are combined with the plasma protein. The complex is insoluble. So steroid hormone plus transport protein complex is insoluble. So those complex are came from the bloodstream into the target tissue. These steroid hormones are produced from anterior part of the pituitary gland. Yes, that means LH, LSH, and other adrenal-based sex hormones. Okay. Once the hormones reach to the target tissue, oh, this is the target tissue means suppose if you are taking the male sex hormone, the target tissue is testis. Suppose the hormone is female sex hormone, the target is ovaries. Okay. The test is made up of Leydig cells. Yes, Leydig cells. The Leydig cells will produce the sperm by the process called spermatogenesis. Okay, this is considered as a male sex hormone binds to the Leydig cell surface. Okay, so once the complex reach to the cell, the complex get dissociated or relaxed. Finally, it's formed the free form of hormone plus transport protein. Okay, this is a step one reaction. The hormones get relaxed or uh, dissociate the transport protein. Okay, once the steroid hormones are directly entered into the cytoplasm of the cell by receptor mediated. Some hormones are receptor mediated or some hormones are diffused. Whether the receptor is there in the cell membrane, it obey the receptor based. Suppose some of the hormones are directly diffused into the cell. Okay. Finally, the hormones enter the cytoplasm of the cell. The cells to obey the two facts. Two fact. One is the hormone directly goes to bind the non-DNA binding cytoplasmic receptor plus heat shock protein complex. Yes, this non-DNA binding cytoplasmic receptor plus the heat shock protein are combined together to form a complex. This complex readily receive the uh, encountered steroid hormone. Okay. Step 3, this hormone goes to tightly bound and get activated. How it's get activated means the release of heat shock protein from the non-DNA binding cytoplasmic receptor is the type of activation. So this activation takes place by the binding of steroid hormone to the non-DNA binding cytoplasmic receptor. So finally get activated. Finally, the non-DNA binding cytoplasmic receptor plus steroid hormone complex get activated. This activated complex are capable to enter into the nucleus, capable to translocate the cytoplasm, translocate the nucleus from cytoplasm. Okay. Another way is This steroid hormone directly enter through the nuclear pore. So after enter the steroid hormone into the nucleus, already the nucleoreceptor there in the nucleus goes to bind, finally get activated. Okay, these two active form of complex are act as a transcription factor for the corresponding genes. So this corresponding genes are get regulated and produce the concentration of corresponding mRNA at the time. So once the mRNA get produced, it's exported from the nucleolus to cytoplasm. It get modified. It get modified. Uh, After modification, it's involve the um, translation process and finally produce the new form of protein. This protein is action is maybe on the cell or within the cell. Yes, maybe in the new protein transported from the cytoplasm to extracellular matrix. So it uh, produce the corresponding biological response. So this is the collectively called steroid hormone action, general mechanism of steroid hormone action. One is the after enter of steroid hormone into the cytoplasm, it's readily bind to the cytoplasmic receptor, or the hormone directly enter into the nucleus goes to bind the nuclear receptor. So finally, I concluded this means the steroid. If the steroid hormone mode of action is the hormone surely transported via transport protein. Second thing is the steroid hormone are directly translocated into the cytoplasm, either diffusion or receptor mediated. Okay. Once it's transported, it goes to bind the cytoplasmic receptor or nuclear receptor. Yes. Then this hormones uh, activated factor is called act as a transcription factors. Act as a transcription factor and to control the regulation of transcription of corresponding genes. Finally, this hormone action to produce the new form of protein. This protein may be action within the cell or intracellular. Yes. So these are the collectively major checkpoints of steroid hormone action. Thank you for watching.